Be the same, I'll be the same. John Dickerson from my
Wait, Miss Craig.
My word, I'll be the same, I'll be the same. John Dickerson, my word. It's half so sharp. You got the words, Stephen? Have you got the words?
Blowing me away.
And I've got the music, if you want to hear the music.
We need to hear the music.
Okay.
Going around the room. Is it ready? My turn. Well, I'm going to start first by saying that my heart is doing like this. I love you all more than I did ever. I'm happier than I was at the last reunion because we're all still alive and we're happy and we're all still together. And at this point, I want to be particularly say that Jack Gayton is not with us. And we certainly all give our praise to him today. He has a health issue, as we say. And I guess we'll go around the room. Everybody gets to say one thing that they've done this year that has been wonderful, depressing, impressive, anything you want to say, one thing this year. And I'm big to start because I'm the teacher. I took my children to Alaska, all my children to Alaska on a cruise. And I've never done it before, and it was kind of a dream that I'd always wanted to have. Oh. And we sailed on the Holland American Line, and a trip is a trip. But this was a special trip, and I have to tell what happened that I left. Now, you know, I'm very modest children, and we were very modest in our class. But I have to tell you that my daughter Craig, who's not with us, she's at Alabama game, they go ballistic. Craig brought me some new underwear. Now, you know, a lady has to have new underwear for a trip. So Craig went to Target and got 2 boxes of new underwear for her mother. Well, in all of our excitement, we left the underwear in the garage. Off we go on the trip, and I have no underwear. Well, what is a lady to do without any underwear? So my children went to the store, and they went shopping for their mother, and they bought their underwear. Now, you all remember, I'm modest, but time changes things. So the only thing they could buy are did y'all hear what I said? Did y'all hear what I said? So I wore those the whole cruise, and don't you know my little Hawaiian manservant was confused. He would come in the room, they'd be rinsed after. He'd come in the room, he said, "Are you alone? Are you alone in this room?" Are you alone? So anyway, the moral of the story is pack your underwear in a separate tote bag. I think if I impart a wonderful lesson today of culture, it would be pack separate underwear in a tote bag. How does that sound? Okay. All right, so now that's what I've done, but I want to tell you the one sad thing I saw, and then we'll go around the room. As we left, this made a deep impression on me. I looked down, and there was a Coast Guard boat, a large rubberback raft guarding our shores, our waters. And in that raft was a Coast Guardman with a machine gun, and that's the shape our country's in. And it made me sad, and I'll never forget it. End of story. It's your turn, Bob.
I don't think I could top your story at all. It's great to be here with all of you, and Miss Craig, we all love. All of us can't even remember who our teachers were in elementary school, but Miss Craig.
That's right.
You know, and God bless you always. And I guess my story would be this week. I just celebrated my 70th birthday.
Oh, yay.
So my family came in from Washington, D.C. My children, grandchildren live up there. And I promised the oldest one, Tennyson is his name. It's Tennyson and Sailor Grace. And The last one's named after me, Robert Clement, but they call him Clement, but he's only a few months old.
Oh.
But Tennyson, the 2.5-year-old, I promised him when he came to Nashville, I'd take him fishing. So a couple of days ago, to prime the fishing trip, since we just live a block away from Carolyn, I went out and bought some jumbo worms.
Oh, no.
And I planted them out in my yard over here, a block away, so he could find the worms. And he put the worms in the jar.
Oh, that's
And I said, tomorrow we're going fishing in Alabama, and between Athens and Florence, Alabama, on Wheeler Lake. And we're going to use these worms to catch some fish, because he had never caught fish. So we got out there with a cane pole, and I'm proud to be able to say, I thought I was going to get shut out, but we caught 7 fish. They caught 4 brim, 2 bass, and 1 catfish. And I caught, and we caught, Tennyson and myself, the biggest bass I've ever caught in my life. It weighed 7 pounds. How in the world we got it in on a cane pole? We did it finally. And oh my gosh, he just had a fit over there. So
Oh, that's
that was a big deal.
yes.
I can say.